Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to Miss Tech Hack. What is this video all about? Let's have a preview. Today in this video, I will be showing you how we can perform CRUD operations like create and read using Hibernate. Before we go ahead, make sure to subscribe to Miss Tech Hack, so you don't miss on any of our updates and latest videos. A bonus tip. Are you in a hurry to learn Hibernate? Well, I have a good news for all. Check out the Udemy course link in description. And you can access all training videos in just one click. Do watch the video till end to get all the insights. So let's get started. Step 1. Hibernate configuration. Copy the Hibernate configuration file provided under JDBC package. This configuration file contains all connection details like driver, URL, username, password, and some other properties. Update database, username, and password and file accordingly. Let's see what these properties mean that are used in configuration file. Pool size, it limits the number of connections waiting in Hibernate database. Dialect, it lets Hibernate to generate queries. Show SQL, it lets Hibernate display the executed SQL statements. Current session context class, it defines the scope of the current session. Now let's open Workbench and edit connection, rename it and test connection. Step 2. Annote Java class. There are two options for mapping. 1 XML config file. 2 Java annotations. In Java annotations, first map class to database table and then map fields to database columns. Let's create a new package, hibernate.demo.entity in src. Create a new employee class in this package. Add employee ID, first name, last name, and email. Use annotation entity and table by providing the table name to map it to entity class. Similarly, for employee ID, add @ID to make it unique and @column for all, by providing column name, that is nothing but the columns of table. Hibernate will store Java object in appropriate table and appropriate columns automatically. Now, let's generate constructor and uncheck ID as it is unique. Also, generate getter-setter method and toString method as well for debugging. Step 3. First CRUD operation, create. For CRUD operations, we will need Hibernate session which can be created using Session Factory and Session. Session Factory will read the Hibernate config file, create connection with database, create session objects, heavyweight object. It will only create it once in our app and reuse it over and over again. Session is a special Hibernate object that will wrap a JDBC connection, main object used to save/retrieve objects, short-lived objects, retrieved from Session Factory. Let's create a new class create employee under package inside demo folder with main method. Let's write step by step. 1. Create Session Factory using configuration class. and by providing Hibernate configuration file name to configure method. Though, providing config file name is optional as Hibernate will look for default file hibernate.cfg.xml. Provide employee class to add annotated class method followed by build session factory. 2. Create session using factory method, get current session. 3. Perform CRUD operations in a try block followed by a finally block where we will close factory. 4. Create new Java object of employee class by providing first name, last name, and email. Five. Start transaction by using sessions begin transaction method. 6. Save the object in session by using sessions save method and passing employee object to it. Hibernate will map Java object to database table. 7. Commit transaction using sessions get transaction, followed by commit. Hibernate will save the data from Java object to database table. Run the create employee class, and as you can see it has executed the insert statement. Let's add some sysouts to verify the step-by-step execution. Now, if we open Workbench and check table employee, we can see one entry added to the table. Let's now change the first name, last name, email, and run it again. We can see the step-by-step execution now in logs. Now if we check table, 2 entries are present in the table. Step 4, Primary Key Demo. In Employee class, add generated value annotation to employee ID with generation type as identity. ID is the primary key used to store the entry in database table. And by adding annotation, we are letting MySQL handle ID generation for us. Step 5, Second CRUD operation, read, one record. Copy create employee and paste to create a new class read employee in demo folder. Copy the create employee code and paste it below to update for read employee. Let's print the employee ID first and then instead of save, let's retrieve the object. If object is not found, it will return null. Using session, get the Java object by passing the employee class and employee ID, and print it. Now if we try to execute the read employee class, it gives an error as no default constructor. We will create an empty default constructor in employee class. Let's delete the entry from table with ID 5, and run read employee class again. We can see create and read operations step-by-step logs. Step 6, read all/some records. Copy create employee and paste to create a new class read employee using query in demo folder. Remove the create and save part. Use create query method of session by passing from employee and get a list of all the employees. Apply a loop on list and display employee using print statement. Now, run this class and you can see all the employees we have in the employee table. Let's now copy-paste the query, and write the second query with a where clause. Move the common code into a method, and run the class again. Now, you can see the results for all, as well as for conditional statements. Copy-paste and add such more queries and run again. It is working for all our examples. So, we have seen how we can perform CRUD operations like create and read using Hibernate. That's it for this video. I hope you find it useful. For any queries or concerns, write me down in the comments section. Thank you so much. Have a great day.